Hey guys, this is Thomas over here at NurseMoneyTalk.com, and in this video what I want to do is I want to talk about if nursing is actually still worth it in 2022. Now, I think that is a good question because given everything that's happened the last couple of years with increasing amount of short staffness, not just nurses, but it seems like healthcare workers in general have kind of become almost like an enemy based on politics and with, nurses and healthcare workers carrying out, orders and doing things based on either hospital policies that are set up by administration or also policies and practices set forth based on credible evidence-based practice that is, and research that is out there. And so with all of that kind of mixed in, I think it's really worth, if you're not a nurse, if you're not a nurse yet and you're thinking about being a nurse, I think it's really worth then asking yourself if nursing is still worth it given everything that's going on. Before I get to the answer though, if you're not already a subscriber, I want to go ahead and invite you to hit that subscribe button. And if you find this video helpful, I would really encourage a thumbs up and maybe even a share on whatever your social media platform of choice is. So the short and sweet answer to this, if you are wondering this, is that yes, I actually do still think that nursing is still a great career and an awesome profession to get into, despite everything that's happened in 2022. But there are some caveats. But before I get to the caveats though, let me tell you why I think nursing is actually still worth it in 2022. So the first reason is that pay honestly still remains really strong. You're looking at nurses, it's gotten to where, a lot of times you probably do need a bachelor's, but there are still nurses out there who are just have, their associate's degree. A lot of them, the average is still north of $73,000 a year, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And that's staff nurse, that's average for staff nursing. That's not even counting the travel nursing out there. And honestly, the pay that I'm seeing for what some of these staff nurses are making is just downright ridiculous. Some of them are just making a ridiculous amount of money, especially the ones who are currently working in the ICU and the ER. Now, will, ridiculous pay like that last forever? No, there tends to be ebbs and flows in terms of, high demand for travel nurses and whatnot, but it's still really great money. Second reason is that job security still remains really good. Even with the current situation that we had previously with like the shutdowns and everything else, and you saw some nurses being laid off because, because surgery wasn't happening and everything else, that was only short last. And the thing you gotta think about is that it took what appears to be like a once in a lifetime event for nurses in a large scale to be out of a job for a very small period of time. And then even then, a lot of those nurses are already back to work. And now demand is probably might even be worse than what it was then. So demand still remains really strong for nurses. Job security still remains really good even then. But on top of that, nursing still has a lot of great job flexibility. And once you become a nurse, especially once you become a registered nurse, there's a lot of options available to you in terms of what specialty areas you can work in. Do you want to work with inpatients, outpatients? Do you want to work from home? Do you want to be a, quote unquote, a paper pusher RN, only do like paperwork, admin stuff? In terms of flexibility of work, do you want to work a regular 9-to-5 job? Do you want to work 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, day shifts, night shifts? Do you want a job where holidays aren't that big of a deal, but do you want a job where you aren't working holidays? I mean, the options are really out there in terms of what nurses can do in terms of that flexibility. The fourth reason is that despite all of this, nursing is still, for the vast majority of people, it's still a rewarding career. It's still a career where you can go out there and you can make a difference in people's lives. Like, you're dealing with people and family members in their most vulnerable state, and you can be the one who's helping to make a difference, a positive influence, a positive force in their life in what they are currently going through. Nursing is a great profession for that. But I think it's worth mentioning that there are some caveats for that. Nursing is a career that can have a very high burnout rate. If you're looking about pay, there are careers that do pay more money, and then there are careers where, you can make more money. You might have, varying degrees of flexibility or whatnot. So for instance, if you're really wanting a job where you can work from home, nursing may or may not be the best job for that. There are work from home nursing jobs, but I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't necessarily look at nursing as the best job for working from home. Just to give you an example. In a nutshell, I think you really have to assess and look at what's important to you, and then check and see if nursing still fits that description for you. Because in general, in a nutshell, honestly, I'm a nurse. I enjoy what I'm doing. I know I'm making a difference in people's lives, and I still think it is an absolute great profession to still be in. If you are thinking about being a nurse and you would like to find nursing schools, make sure you check out NurseMoneyTalk.com/schools. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you very soon in that next one.